Good evening. We have an update. We have a tornado warning that continues for Lequis-Parlo County in west central Minnesota, and it is just inside the coverage area. So we need to keeping a close eye on this. This is the area of concern right now. We have a lot of other tornado warnings in central and northeastern Minnesota, but what's in our coverage area right now? We have a tornado warning. Let's zoom in here as we take a look at our radar. And this is what we have going on. This is in eastern Lequis-Parle County in Minnesota. And this storm is radar indicated. There hasn't been any reports so far that I've seen that have any tornado reports out of this storm. But it continues to move to the east, so eventually here this will push out of the coverage area, and it wouldn't be an issue for us, but right now it is in the coverage area. We need to cover it. So this is what we have going on right now. This includes the town of Montevideo, which is just outside our coverage area, but for eastern Lequis-Parlo County in west central Minnesota. Here's the South Dakota side of the border. There is a couple of thunderstorms that have developed to the southwest of this tornado warning, and that is thanks to this cold front. And I'll point out the cold front here. This is what we have going on here. We have an approaching cold front that is pushing through the area right now, and is causing storms to fire up right here along this cold front. Let me draw it out for you. Here it is. This is where the approaching cold front is, and it's right along this line. And that's why there's storms up into north central and northeastern Minnesota. This is the cold front that is pushing through, and it's going to continue to push straight east. So Sioux Falls eventually here will be impacted by this, but this is what the line is being formed. It is because of this approaching cold front. And so this is the main concern right now for us. We have this tornado warning that continues here, and there is a pretty good well-defined notch there. Let me draw it out for you. Here, this is where we have the notch. It is right in here. This is what this is the area that we typically look for storm development. Hold on a second. The computer freezing up a little bit here. Hold on. But anyway, we have this tornado warning that continues, so we're going to keep an close eye on things. Here, we're going to stick with you here. Let's take a look at a different source quick. I pulled up a couple different sources here to bring this coverage. This is the secondary source that we have. This is kind of behind the scenes radar view, and this is a more pixel radar, and it shows what's going on, and you can see the storm development farther to the southwest, northwest of Brookings. That is something that we need to keep a close eye on, because if that develops like it did to the one in Lequis-Parlo County, we could be in for a busy night, busy evening here in the storm center, so we need to keep an eye on things here. Here's the tornado warning. Here it is. Let's zoom in here a little bit. This is the area of concern right now. It is up here, and this is what we typically look for. You see the reds and the greens going against each other and pushing up against each other, and that's what we look for. The greens wrapping around the backside. The greens is where the inflow notch is, and then the reds are going away from it. So you can typically see it right in there, right there where the green is, basically in the middle of the red. You have that green dot. Let's try to pull up a different source. This is kind of behind the scenes look that we look at, and it's hard to see from that angle, but it's probably not the greatest looking signature of rotation, but it's there. and there's a tornado warning. It doesn't have to be a great signature to produce a tornado warning. So that's what we have going on right now, and here's the more high-def look at it. And this is what we have. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch in case you didn't see that as well. Also includes Sioux Falls, Mitchell, Chamberlain, Huron, the Huron area, Brookings, Watertown, Marshall, Minnesota. And also farther up includes Sisseton, Millbank, Ortonville, and Minnesota. So that's what we have going on right now as well. We have severe thunderstorm watch because conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms capable of producing large hail, strong winds, and we cannot completely rule out the tornado possibility. We've already seen it. We already have a tornado warning that is up here in the west central part of Minnesota, or western part of Minnesota. This is all thanks to a cold front that keeps pushing through. And I want to do a storm track and see how far this is away from Brookings. New tornado warning. It is out of our coverage area, but that's what we have going on. We have a brand new tornado warning, and I was curious about that because far to the north, I was looking behind the scenes at the velocity on this, and I could see right away that there was a lot better of a circulation around that one far to the north. You can see it right there, up there, farther to the north than the tornado warning. Let's see if we could refresh this a little bit. Yep, there it is, the two tornado warnings. Let's see. Let's try to get a better view. Let's see. Okay, so this is another one of our behind-the-scenes radar pictures that we typically don't show on severe weather coverage, but this is what we show behind the scenes to give us a better look at the developing situation. So this is the area of concern, right over here, here in western Minnesota. We got these two circulations. The northern tornado warning is not in our coverage area, is just outside of it. So the only one that we have to worry about is the one farther to the south, which is actually looking to be there's more of a pronounced inflow notch in this storm. Let's do, I mean, you can see the clear inflow notch. It's feeding right into the storm right there, and you get the reds going away, wrapping around the storm, and when you get that, you create spin in the atmosphere right in there, and that's what we typically look for tornadic activity and tornado development. And that's what we have going on right now here in the western part of Minnesota. So that's the latest. Let's run for it, or let's run through it one more time here. We have a tornado warning that continues for Lac Qui Parle County in west central Minnesota, and this goes. Actually, I don't know if I have a time on here. Let's see if we can run through this. I believe it goes until 8, but I'm not for sure. We're just gonna say 8. Actually, it might be 7:45. Right now, it is currently 7:42 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, I believe this storm will expire. And now they have just updated the tornado warning. It now excludes Lac Qui Parle County. So now, basically what the National Weather Service has done is taken off our coverage area for tornadic development, and they have updated the tornado warning to take off completely Lac Qui Parle County in western Minnesota. So that means that there is no more tornado warnings in our coverage area. National Weather Service has updated the tornado warning. On that cell, there's still a tornado warning, but now it is just outside our coverage area. That doesn't mean that we're still not worried because there's a thunderstorm that is developing just to the northwest of Brookings that is it's getting stronger and stronger. So that's going to be our next thing to watch here for the next hour, half an hour or so. Also, we have a severe thunderstorm watch here highlighted in pink. If you're anywhere in the pink areas, it just means that in that area or around it, there are conditions that are favorable for producing severe weather. All modes, as we've already seen, all modes of severe weather: large hail, strong winds. We cannot completely rule out the tornado probability chances, but that's not the main threat. However, out of these storms that would get going, the only storm that we had in the coverage area right now, the only one that we have going on, is here in the east central part of South Dakota, which is just to the northwest of Brookings, in between Watertown and Brookings. We're going to keep an eye on that storm because that's the only one that's going on right now in our coverage area. If you're just joining us, we were covering a situation where there was a tornado warning in Lequis-Parlo County in Minnesota. Therefore, just in the past few minutes, the National Weather Service has updated the tornado warning to exclude our coverage area, to exclude the whole county of Lequis-Parlo County. So that means that we are ready to watch the next storm that is developing, as that one over there in Lequis-Parlo County is exiting the coverage area. This one is growing pretty fast. We'll get a new sweep at the radar here soon, but I want to run through this one more time. We have thunderstorms along a cold front that is pushing through the area. That is down right along here, and it's going to continue to push off to the east. It's going to race to the east at about, it's going to push off during the evening. And what's going to happen is, the reason why there's not any thunderstorm development far to the south is because there is a kind of a cap, is what we call, in the atmosphere, and that sometimes prevents storms from happening because in the layers of the atmosphere there is the cap prevents storms because it is too hot in the upper layers of the atmosphere. It is too hot to generate and form thunderstorm activity. And that is basically right in this area. That's probably where the cap is, most likely. It's right over Sioux Falls. And no question about it. I mean, even though there's dew points in the lower 70s and temperatures around 90, it's been pretty hot today, and the conditions probably just aren't favorable, and just are not favorable enough for thunderstorm and severe weather development down farther here. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I am not expecting any severe weather to be in that circled area. The severe weather development is most likely going to be anywhere from here points north and northeast. So that's going to be the main majority of the severe weather. However, the one that is in east central South Dakota will need to be monitored pretty closely, because that is that could be something that could be the next thing to watch for severe weather probabilities. I've been looking at central and northeastern Minnesota. There's been quite a bit of energy in the atmosphere, and there's been quite a bit of tornado warnings that have been going on there. So yeah, if you're driving over there in that direction up towards Duluth, I would highly recommend not to, because there's that line of thunderstorms are really nasty. So that's the latest from the Storm Center here. We'll keep an eye on things here. So for the time being, we are going to step aside, and I'll be back on the air with more information as needed. But for the current time being, there are no warnings in the coverage area at this time. So that's the latest. We'll have more information in the coming minutes and hours. So that's the latest here, and we'll just watch things here in the Storm Center as we have a developing cold front that is pushing through the area. Severe thunderstorm watch is going on, and that's about it right now for the time being. So we're going to step aside, and we'll have more information coming up.